honestly, the stuff with Rekieta is getting so dark and so grimy and so disgusting. I'm starting to get real Rekieta fatigue, and I'm starting to question, like, should we even give this guy attention? Because it's like, is it just like he's desperate for attention because he's floundering so badly on YouTube or what? But he's going to a really dark place right now, like just totally demented and insane. Where it's like, do you not realize how this looks to everybody? Or you do realize how it looks and you just don't give a because you're determined to destroy your entire life. I don't know, but the stuff that he's doing is it really is.
It honestly is giving me like, it's like Ralph vibes when he's like threatening people or wishing death upon people. But it's honestly like with Ralph is like he's a drunk, hollering hog pig person. Not
well,
even a human.
I'll be real. I mean, you expect it from Ralph.
Exactly.
Like,
exactly what I mean.
Rekieta, it's like, where did this anger come from? Where is this resentment and bitterness and hatred and evilness coming from? Is this who you were all along?
Yeah.
And you just were able to disguise it and now it's masked off? Or is this a result of the drug use, the galaxy gas, like being on probation, like your wife leaving you, your kids hating you? Where is this coming from? Because it's now like just multiple people that he's just wishing horrid death upon.
Well,
and it's really gross.
It's the drugs have changed who he is.
Josh says it's him that's caused this. It could be. I honestly, it's shocking even me how far he's willing to go and how low he's going. Yeah. And I had a very low opinion of Rekieta from the beginning.
Same.
And have really only ever like said that it's going to be worse and that he's never going to repent and all this. And even I am kind of surprised by the rhetoric that he's taken in the last couple days. So let's go into the Rekieta folder.
All right. Yep. I thought it was over in this one. Okay. Sorry.
Yeah.
Oh.
Okay.
Boy.
So we're going to start off with the comments that he made about Mama K. For those of you who don't know, Mama K was one of the women who viewed the body cam footage, and she wrote notes about it. We had her on for an interview about it on Monday, where it was very illuminating and very informative. And as a result of that interview, Rekieta said that Mama K is a histrionic, obsessive weirdo, and two retards haven't shown anything other than psychotic scribbles. She should be put down. So there he's saying that Mama K should be put down. She should be put to death for the crime of, checks notes, just telling the truth about Rekieta, for honestly reporting on what she saw with her own two eyes. And Rekieta, if she's lying, you could sign off on the release form and have the body cam released and make her and all of your critics look foolish. But instead, he's going to call for the death of a middle-aged mother who was very fair to him, who didn't pile on and say that he stunk or he was disgusting in person, or, you know, didn't say his house was a 9 on the hoarder scale, said rooms were between a 4 and a 6 on the scale, was very moderate, very reasonable and fair to him, and he's calling for her death, which is disgusting and demented.
Yeah.
And I don't know what else there really is much to say about that. But then it's not just one comment where he was angry.
Oh,
and
man.
He just kept going. He goes, I have no sympathy for an obsessive, psychotic. And then he basically here is saying he's going to dox Mama K.
Yeah.
Frosty asked, does the county keep records of who accesses specific body cam footage? He says, gonna find out. So there he is, just like trying to do life ruination tactics, trying to dox Mama K so that he can harass her or do lawfare against her or God knows what. Like, once again, all for the crime of just being honest about what she saw on a body cam tape.
Here's Gabe, totally sober man who completed therapy to recover from years of severe drug abuse, would definitely want to dox and wish death upon a random woman because she viewed the body cam footage of his arrest. Like, point. The perfect point there. I thought he
Yes.
did recovery. You know, if he was in recovery and wasn't taking Galaxy gas and actually staying sober, he would realize what a monster he's being right now,
Oh, yeah.
or unreasonable. Or even if you have these thoughts, you don't say it publicly.
I think it came across to everybody that she was just an average middle-aged woman that was a concerned citizen that had traumatic events happen to her as a child of abuse and neglect. And she wanted to help the Rekieta children because she didn't want other people to suffer through what she had suffered. That's how she came across to me, and I think like 100% or 99% of the audience. This wasn't some theatrical, over-the-top production. He stinks! He's a scumbag! He's da-da-da-da! It wasn't like that. It wasn't like how we cover Rekieta, where it's like, okay, this is a theatrical performance.
Funny,
this was an
whatever.
honest testimony from a concerned citizen, and he's acting like this. He's not even saying that shit about us that we need to be put down. He's saying it about somebody.
Well, he has
really
said that.
Yeah, he has said that in the past.
Especially about me.
But not this week. At least.
Here he goes.
And then he goes, it's more about the lies and the projection of her own addiction-riddled life onto mine. She's a creep and a psychotic stalker. The world will be better when she exits. Rekieta, that's your projection. You have an addiction-riddled life, and you still refuse to admit it. And the truth is, bro, with the way you're acting, the world will be a better place when you're gone.
Yeah.
That's just, it's
even
crazy.
for your family. Even for your family.
It's just total projection.
You're sick.
Look
You're
at this.
Twisted.
She's an insane drug addict who is dishonest and belongs in an institution.
That's you.
That's you. I don't know what to say. And she's not saying anything nasty about you like that, Rekieta. That's crazy, bro.
Buddy, and by the way, it's not like it was only her. There was 2 other witnesses to this body cam.
Yes, that are all backing her up. And if you wanted to disprove them, you could release it.
By the way,
But you
some
don't.
lawyer, I don't know if you have it in this in the folders. Another lawyer is already trying to get the body cam opened up again because
Yes.
they're like it was closed and so
Well, Hardin filed motions
yeah,
today.
Hardin, yeah.
Okay, so then we go to Alyssa Clips. And go there. So
this is sad. This is very sad.
So Alyssa Clips puts out, and I kind of question putting this out there for the internet because it's really not anybody's business. But she says, "Hi, friends. I've been dealing with some health issues, and after a recent visit to the ER, a large pancreatic mass was found. I've been advised this is urgent and needs attention ASAP, so I'm currently in the process of trying to get an appointment with an oncologist for surgery. Don't be surprised if you start seeing delays in content posting, and make sure you're following Stallion for current happenings. All channel donations are appreciated, prayers and good vibes even more so. Nick Rekieta recently said to me, 'Oh my God, I hope cancer does the work God won't.' So now might be a good time for those who wished $1 million to start buying your lotto tickets." So Alyssa Clips looks like she may have pancreatic cancer. And Rekieta is being an unhinged psychopath about it.
Oh, yeah. And by
This
the way,
is honest. It almost puts Dear John to shame, what he's been doing in the past number of days.
you want to support her too. She has a buymecoffee.com/Alyssa Clips. People have been donating and supporting her, just letting you all know that. It's fucking devastating news, obviously.
It really is. Support her if you feel like you're so inclined. But this really is further evidence that Rekieta really has a problem with women, because his most vile, violent, crazy, unhinged insults and rhetoric comes when a woman tells him off or is not allowed to be controlled by him. He really, really deep down has a real problem with women.
Yeah.
And that's where this is coming from.
And by the way, this photo, if you see this photo or this like non low quality version of this video, his nose is literally purple now. It looks like
we have a picture of it.
We do.
You want to actually,
open
go back
first?
out of this.
Let's open it.
Yeah, go back out of this folder. And it's in the first part of the Rekieta folder. It's Racket's nose.
Look at
Zoom
this,
in.
guys. Yeah, I'm gonna zoom in here.
Look at this, man.
Oh, that looks painful.
Well, I'm sure it is painful. I think his nose is rotting away.
Oh, man.
Holy, he's rotting!
You know what this, like...
Okay. I just don't know, like, it gets to a point with this stuff with Rekieta where it's almost just not even funny. Like, this is just the unhinged ramblings of a fucking lunatic.
It's bumming me out. Like, the items thing makes me angry, but I'm at least, like, laughing at half the time and stuff. This is just, like... This guy's just twisted. It's sick.
I don't know how to laugh harder at this.
That's a real good reaction to have. And let's just remind people of the history with Alyssa Clips.
Go.
Alyssa Clips was a huge fan of Rekieta. She was in his Discord, in his local. She was a big member of his community. And her clip channel started out as a fan tribute. It was meant to funnel viewership to Rekieta, give him exposure, a place for the fans to talk about the clips and stuff like that. Mm-hmm. It's not her fault, Rekieta, that over time you've become a completely unhinged lunatic. She clips what you put out there, and she's only clipping your own words, bro. You know, you say all of this stuff. You're just upset that, I guess, that other people are viewing. It's very strange as to why you're so upset with Alyssa. It's just sick. And so this guy has now gone from the point of being like friendly with her, supportive of her, to being antagonistic, to now laughing and celebrating her having cancer. Which it's like, buddy, do you know how many people, pretty much everybody has had somebody in their life affected by cancer.
Yeah.
Okay? Like, it's in such poor and bad taste to dance and celebrate when somebody gets cancer, even if it's somebody you don't like.
Buddy, and it's like, okay.
It's like, the only thing is, it's like if it was Ralph, you might see us celebrate, but it would still be in very, very poor taste. But Ralph has gone to extreme levels of life ruination with doxings and swattings and life ruination. Alyssa Clips has not done that to Rekieta.
Yeah.
All she's done is clip his own words. And this is the reaction. It's fucking Looney Tunes.
Yeah. I like someone like Ralph, or someone who does the life ruination shit or wishes upon people, like wishing Medicare would die quicker, and like doxing us, contacting family, hiring someone to swap people.
He's just upset. He's just upset that somebody held up a mirror to his own behavior.
Yeah.
And gave an avenue for people to criticize Nick without getting banned. That's what he's upset about.
You know what's funny?
Right,
you say, like, the mirror thing, it is a literal mirror because it's just a clip channel. It's just, here is you saying a thing.
Steel yourselves for what I'm about to do. Some people are very uncomfortable with things like this, but it's happening.
Wishing upon people with cancer.
I mean, he says some people, like it's a minority. It's the vast, vast majority. Even in really edgy places like Kiwi Farms and you know, like this show and other places, this is not a widely held belief. you know, it's just not. It's the Nick, like, your position is a extreme minority, the sort of person that thinks cancer is funny.
Right now. Holy shit. Alyssa Clips. Hey, Alyssa, how you doing? 26 minutes ago. Hi, friends. That's false. I've been dealing with some health issues, and after a recent visit to the ER, a large pancreatic mass was found. Well, that just sucks.
What a piece of shit.
Sorry.
Oh my God. He looks like a crackhead, man. He looks like a fucking ghoul.
You know what's so funny?
He looks terrible.
What's really funny, Ashton, in this clip, first of all, you're right. His nose looks fucked. Even on the low quality, you could still see it's red and it's like, oof, it looks painful. Anyway,
this is the happiest I've seen him, I think, in years.
have you seen the whole clip by the end? By the end, you'll start to notice, you see he's reading chat, and watch his demeanor change slowly, right? Watch this.
Let's see. I've been advised this is urgent and needs attention ASAP.
He's so
I'm
happy,
currently in
right?
the process of trying to get an appointment with an oncologist for surgery. Don't be surprised if you start seeing delays in content posting, and make sure you're following Stalin for current happenings. All channel donations are appreciated. Purrs good vibes even more so. Nick Rekieta recently said to me, "Oh my God, I hope cancer does the work God won't."
Look at his nose.
That doesn't
Look at this.
How happy he is. He's just gleeful.
sound like me at all.
He's like
Why
the guy
would I
from
say
Disco
that?
Lithium, right?
Weird.
Guys?
So now might be a good time for those who wish $1 million to start buying your lotto tickets. There you go.
Hey guys, why are you happy that his life's falling apart? Because he's this guy.
Yeah.
Get it?
I don't know. I hope she recovers 1,000,000 times.
Right.
Oh my god.
Oh man, listen. There was two ways for him to handle this properly. Either one, ignore it, or two, just be classy about it and wish her well.
Yeah.
But the way that he acts is just, I don't know very many people who would act this way. Do any of you, like, even like the worst, like, pieces of shit in the world, don't celebrate things like this?
I don't give a fuck about these people. That's the funny thing.
Well, you obviously
you
do,
bro.
bro.
You want them dead.
If you didn't care about it, you wouldn't have even brought it up on your show. You obviously do care about it, and not only do you care about it, but you're gleefully celebrating a young woman getting cancer and potentially losing her life, who used to be a big fan of yours, all for the crime of clipping your videos.
Ash, it's like, remember when? It's funny. Remember when he wished upon me? He's like, Andy's sober. I hope he like takes from it. What did he say again?
Yeah, something like that. It was pretty incoherent and unhinged, like most of the things that come from him these days.
I forgot what he said. I'm like,
just
what,
like, bro? Like, why? But why are you doing this? Like, can he not tell that this is a bad idea? That there's even people who are diehard Baldo washers who might wake up when he says stuff like this and go, I'm not donating anymore. I'm not watching anymore. This guy's a lunatic.
By the way, if he is in this state of mind where he's thinking about this stuff, like, oh, I hope she dies or whatever, you're going to say it out loud? It's first of all, it shows you that you're seething and it affects you. And then you're gonna, and also like ruins your optics. But I don't know. At this point, optics doesn't matter.
Like, if you have a mindset that's this bitter and this negative, it's just gonna attract more and more horrible things into your life.
Yeah.
Like, I genuinely believe that you're just, this is like, it's total sabotage of his own life that he's doing. Because he's miserable that he wasn't allowed to just plow ape and do drugs 24/7 until the end of time. Because his juvenile little midlife crisis was brought to an end by police intervention, the guy has just decided that he's just going to be a bitter, negative, nasty drain on the rest of the world for however long he lives. And it's only going to make his own life worse and worse and worse. We've seen what this mentality has led Ralph to live like. All alone, no family, no friends, in a fucking crack shack in Mexico, drinking himself to death, abusing drugs, deteriorating rapidly, making a fool of himself. And every time he lashes out and acts like this, it makes his life worse. And Rekieta has trapped himself in the same negative cycle. It's really fucked up.
I would have in the past, even after like she disagreed with me or whatever. I didn't care about that shit.
You obviously did,
but she's an
and
evil
you
bitch.
looked away because you lied. She's an evil bitch. Why?
For showing you who you are. It's not like she does commentary and like twists your words.
There's her backstory. Someone should do a documentary or something.
Who gives a shit?
It's a wild one.
What?
It's a wild
But,
backstory.
you know, it doesn't really matter.
See, Ashton, that's what I'm talking about. You notice what happened here? His chat was going.
They revolted.
Of course they
and
revolted.
So he then panicked and is like backpedaling on it. I mean, people who are watching you right now, Rekieta, they're watching you because they want to see you cover trials and do legal analysis. The reason they were watching you in the first place. They don't want to hear about your court case. They don't want to hear about your child testing positive for coke. They don't want to hear about petty drama with a clip channel where you're celebrating her cancer. They want you to put the law tube in the bag, bro. Like, it's just sick. This guy's lost his mind.
Well, someone just asked in chat, they go, oh, does his chat like Alyssa? I don't think they have any thoughts about Alyssa. They want to watch
the hate watchers might.
Yeah, they hate watchers, but I mean, like his fans or whatever.
Do you
fans
notice
are left.
the bottom right hand corner? 575.
Wow,
bro,
Buddy.
That's bad for Rekieta, bro.
But
this guy used to get thousands and thousands every night. Johnny Depp, his high point, 100,000 live viewers.
Yeah. By the way, so I think his viewers that like him, like the few that there are left, I don't think they have thoughts about Alyssa. They just want to see the law tube being put into the bag.
I think what Rekieta wants is for his audience to be like the Dick Masterson audience or the Ralph audience, where they would celebrate stuff like this, like wishing death upon a woman with cancer, celebrating like a lifestyle of baldos and drug use. But that's not the audience that he built, and that's not the audience that he's ever going to have. And he needs to come to grips with that.
Yeah.
I mean, he might manage to get like 100, 200 low lives like Ralph has that are going to tune in to watch him drink and talk about how he cheats on his wife and he's a cuckold and stuff. But so far as it being like a lucrative streaming career, it's just not going to happen.
Yep.
Something. It's a wild one.
Hey, watch.
But you know, it doesn't really matter. It's easy to say that. It's hard to actually maintain wishing death on someone.
You see how he has to backpedal now because his audience is like, "You're a fucking monster."
In the face of a reality thing. So, Alyssa, I do apologize.
You see? He apologized.
Right. Well, he doubles down on it later on.
Oh, does he?
So this was worthless. Yeah.
Like, I
oh,
hate
shit.
you, but,
okay, never mind. Never mind.
That's actually really shitty. So,
oh,
yeah,
later he did. Yeah.
But
Okay.
I don't want you dead, actually.
Right.
And when I said that in the past, I'm sorry. Legitimately.
Oh, come on! His eyes are darting all over the place.
You know,
Stop
he's
it,
here, right? Obviously, his face. What Ashton just said. This is the face he makes whenever he lies. You could put this face, so like the eyes darting around, on every lie in the past few years.
He says in the past, it was just a few minutes ago, Rekieta.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
Wow.
But I was going through some shit. I'm sorry. It's not a great excuse.
That's his.
But this
is LA Noir. Like, I know we always say that, but it's like the fucking max level of like the easy mode to realize the lie.
You're awful. But I don't think you should die painfully from cancer. That would suck. So
right
for you.
Yeah. So then you walked it back there with that. Like he did. Like he can't even pick a lane on this because that was obviously so sarcastic.
Yeah.
So it's just like, bro, he's spineless on top of it all, flip flopping on whether he wants her to die. Like,
I don't know what else to say about it.
Do you want her to die or not? Like,
other than
this is crazy.
I hope that they're able to find some sort of cure for her.
Okay, so there's more of this somehow.
How?
Here he is saying his life will be better when Alyssa is dead, which is just so untrue. Like, The reason your life is a nightmare, Rekieta, has nothing to do with Alyssa Clips or Josh Moon or Kino Casino or anybody else. It's entirely on you, bro. It's your actions and the consequences of it that have led to you living this nightmare.
Yeah.
Didn't you wish?
Yeah. By the way, you'll still be clipped, but like no, like he's not gonna. One person is not. You know what I mean?
His death this week. Yes, and I would do it again. I don't understand this. Why am I supposed to pretend to want like everybody to live? I really don't care about some of them. Then go ahead and again, my life will be markedly better when they're gone. Go away. Be gone.
Oh man.
Imagine giving a fuck about
I'm not going to sit here and pretend. Like, it's weird that people do. They're like, oh man, no, I want them all to get better. No, you don't. Like, why lie about it?
Just ignore it and do your show, you fucking mental case.
I mean, it's actually just evil, the things that he's saying. And he's just completely unabashedly evil. There's no shame even about it. He's just like, well, why should I be ashamed of these evil, depraved thoughts that I'm having? I'm sure all of you have these same thoughts.
Yeah.
No, you're kind of telling on yourself even more, bro.
Yeah, but no, Mama K's the crazy one, right?
Oh my God.
Out. Again, like I don't want them to particularly suffer. It's just like go away, get out of. I mean, they don't have to. Like they could just go away in some other fashion, be just fine for me.
Okay,
I guess like the highest crime in the whole world is criticizing or making fun of Nick Rekieta, and they should die. But you know, drugging your fucking 9-year-old daughter with cocaine, either accidentally or intentionally, totally fine. Neglecting your kids, letting them live in a sty in a hoarder house, totally fine. Not worthy of death. Not feeding your kids, totally fine. Cheating on your wife, totally fine. Embarrassing your wife and 5 children with your weird cuckold tales and baldos and getting the cops to break down the fucking door with a battering ram in front of your same 9-year-old that tested positive for cocaine. Totally fine, bro. Everybody should. It's just water under the bridge, not worthy of at all. You clipped Nick Rekieta, His Royal Majesty, His Royal Highness Nick Rekieta. Off with her head. She must die
of cancer.
That's fucking Looney Tunes, Nick. You need help.
Good Christian. I didn't claim to be a good Christian.
No, of course not.
You're not
of course
Christian.
not.
Shut the
Of
up.
course not. You only just built
not
your
religious at all.
You only built your whole show of being a small town Christian homeschooling father of 5 with your small law practice who didn't even swear on stream, wouldn't bring his wife on stream. No. It's just crazy that people are having this reaction to you, Nick. It's not at all that you're an unhinged lunatic. It's everybody else who's crazy, bro. Oh, man. It just keeps going. So here he is accusing Alyssa Clips of being a human trafficker.
What?
What's the Alyssa backstory? It's a long one about a woman who's...
He's on the whippets here. I could hear it. Literally, man.
Kids were taken away.
I should work for the police to like tell if someone's on drugs, huh? Like I should really
bring it back. Listen to what he's saying here.
Yeah. But he's on drugs here for 100%.
Oh yeah, a woman whose kids were taken away completely.
Rekieta,
who assisted in the kidnapping.
Your kids were taken away, bro. And by the way, like, so you're wishing death on a mom? So you're wishing that her children be orphaned and not have a mother. It just makes you even worse, bro.
Look at his body compared to his head. He's so thin. There's no shoulders. There's no arms. There's no chest. Like he's the fucking scarecrow from Wizard of Oz.
Kidnapping of a child and the trafficking of her into Mexico.
What? She's now claiming that Alyssa Clips kidnapped and trafficked a child into Mexico. Like, where is the proof of any of this? Where is the evidence? Isn't this defamation? Like, what is he talking about?
It's crazy.
Who has willingly gone in and broken up multiple families? Like, she is a fucking...
What? Like you did to the Imholtes? Like what the like, bro, the projection, like this is crazy.
Who then goes on and moralizes about the decisions and actions of others. It's amazing.
But
it's a long story. Someone else should tell it.
So you're not allowed.
He's on the whippets.
You're not allowed to make judgments about other people. It's just, Rekieta made a whole business and living off of judging the actions of other people on YouTube. Okay, here we got this one.
I'm dying
this guy's
harder than Alyssa about the troll.
It's very, very bad taste. Yeah, it's just some really disgusting shit from Rekieta. Let's go into EVS crawls back. So Ethan Van Sciver has chose a very, very bad time to go back to Baldo washing. He says, I feel bad for getting so angry at Rekieta Law the other day. He doesn't need me beating up on him. No, I think he does, actually.
What a loser.
He's such a loser, man. And then EVS goes, I meant what I said about getting yourself together. I don't know you personally, but I want you to win at the end. But I have no right being angry or cruel or joining in on the lynch. But he has every right to do it to Eric July.
Yeah,
especially since they're obviously malicious in their intentions. Mine weren't. I'm sorry. And then Rekieta says, apology accepted, but kind of gay, though. So even Rekieta knows the truth that this is absolutely homosexual behavior.
It is gay.
Okay, what do we got here? This is his Thursday stream. So I guess we're entering into the Rekieta OnlyFans arc now, guys.
I hate Rekieta so much, bro.
Oh, man.
I hate him with a burning passion.
Absent-minded said, which part wouldn't you quite do? The going on a campsite to perform or perform with a dildo in your ankle? Either of them, I don't think. I don't have a...
Why do his eyes move around so much?
I don't care that people...
His brain's busted, Ash.
Listen, every single time when he says, I don't care, we know that it means he really does care.
He's thinking of lies, Ash.
Yeah.
No, it's like, you know what it is? It's like his neurons in his brain are just firing weird synapses because it's just so mush. It's like...
I think he knows he wants the dildo up his ass, right?
Oh, bud. He's thinking about when it was up his ass. You know he's done that shit.
Of course.
I unpaused
But I don't
it.
think I could. Certainly not. Like I wouldn't do that because I have kids. Like that's like the first reason, the primary
Come on.
reason.
Well,
no matter what it is.
Rekieta, if that was actually true, right? You never would have taken that photo with the bottle up your ass or Lady Racket's ass. You wouldn't have posted those lewds and nudes of you guys and the fucking locals. You wouldn't have done that. You wouldn't have entered into a swinging polyamorous relationship with the Imholtes. You wouldn't have done cocaine. You wouldn't have went down the K-hole on ketamine. If you really factor your kids so strongly into your decision-making process, you never would have done any of that. So we know that that's a lie, first and foremost. Okay, let's continue.
So then I think about it. I'm like, could I do that? Like, could I?
You know what? I'll say one thing.
This is crazy. He's really contemplating it. He's really thinking about it.
Look at his face here.
Oh my God.
I will say one thing. The only reason I would be okay with Rockets dying right now would be it would guarantee we would never have to cover him again.
I know. And normally we want all of the people we cover to live, so we have things to cover.
Exactly. Yeah.
But with Rekieta, it gets to a certain point where it's like, I would be fine never talking about you again.
Even do that on camera? I mean, maybe. I don't know. I don't have any desire to.
But it's a lie. He clearly does. Look at him. Look at him. Bro, he's fantasizing about the whole thing. Him and April's OnlyFans and showing us all his stallion sexual prowess.
Yeah.
Like, it would be the most embarrassing OnlyFans of all time, bro.
It's like it's that whole like the whole OnlyFans or ChatterBait or whatever is it's an interesting and intriguing concept to me, but not.
Is it?
Why?
Why would that be?
Why?
ChatterBait? What the fuck is wrong? Intriguing. It's slimy.
For me to do.
A
It's
ChatterBait performer like sodomizing himself with toys.
Jacking it.
Whoa, man! He's going full Jack
like,
Murphy. That's what he's doing.
That's people like putting it out there. That's not.
Soft
No, I have
West
kids.
Watson.
I wouldn't do that.
Oh my god.
Is that the only reason you wouldn't do it? Is because you have kids? Do you have any dignity, any self-respect at all? And look at him. He's looking down. He's lying, and he's felt it. This is sick.
I really want to. I would love
And
to.
by the way,
yeah, good.
in the past, he has said that parents should do OnlyFans and that the kids at school would think it's cool.
Yeah.
Remember that clip?
Yes,
Yeah.
I do. I do remember that. Not to put any pictures in your minds, folks, but would even Rekieta having an OnlyFans have any sexual appeal? Even if you were gay or a
No.
chick, he's a skinny,
No.
thin, shriveled penis. It doesn't work according to many sources. He's gross. He's got gross tattoos. His nose is red. He's balding. Like, sorry, folks.
No, we got the priest for 10 saying if these women deserve death, what does a drug-using father and cock deserve in his eyes? I know.
He's really thinking about this. Well, yeah.
Sorry, folks.
I try to give thoughtful answers to questions. Why is that weird?
Because of the subject matter, it's pretty
You
obvious.
said you're
bro.
an ex.
Here, Ashton, ask me if I'm going to do an OnlyFans. Just ask me.
Are you going to do an OnlyFans?
No.
There you go.
See how fast, Rekieta, see how fast it is to. I got to make it a thoughtful answer and really comprehend both sides and devil's advocate. No, you don't. You do not have to do that. It's a stupid question for you to even mention.
Exhibitionist. Wrong. I said I was some level of an exhibitionist. I don't.
Okay.
So you are an
want
activist. Rekieta, Rekieta. You went to a nudist resort where you walked around naked and wife swapped. You put a bottle up your ass on locals. I would say you're an exhibitionist, right?
to watch me be naked or have sex. I just don't care if people happen to see.
Okay, right.
There's
So
a difference.
So every time he says he doesn't care, we know that he does.
Yeah.
So he really does want to see people do this. Oh my God.
Okay.
I don't mind. Again,
But you should though
all
a
the
little
caveats of being in an appropriate, like in a place where that is appropriate and acceptable and consensual and all that shit. I don't care if people like when I was at the
It's
the
also
nude
tiresome.
places
Say it. Say it. Say it.
and stuff. Like I don't care that people see me naked. It didn't bother me.
Oh,
This is the most
Okay.
like, non-answer. Like,
oh
just,
my God.
what is
He's
like,
gay.
He's rambling.
He cares.
Oh man.
I thought it would, and I got there and I was like, no, this doesn't bother me at all.
No, this
I'm fine
isn't
with it.
sped up. It's
But it's not like I have some burning desire to be seen naked or whatever, or like to be seen in some sort of sexual act. I don't. Most of the time, it doesn't enter my mind. But it's like when you're in a place where that's allowable or whatever, I just don't give a shit. Like it doesn't bother me.
right.
Absent
Anything
mind says
else?
I'm joking. Of course, I was labeled a sweeper for just wanting your future success and moving past this chapter. Yeah, I
So the guy was just like, I was kidding. The guy who asked the question just goes, that was rhetorical, bud. You didn't need
Yeah,
to.
because most people would interpret that as a joke because they're not gonna do an OF. But Ricky's like, well, actually, I may just because I'm fucking insane.
There was like this whole. I was like, no, I was kidding. Relax.
I don't know. So someone said you're a sweeper. Who cares? Such weird internet terminology. Uy says,
Rackets has never used internet terminology ever in his life.
It's only fans.
Waldo is totally normal though. Right?
yeah, right.
Yeah.
No, that's the thing. I won't do one because I have kids and I don't want them to have to deal with that. Like,
You don't care.
I don't have any need for people to like
I don't have kids and I wouldn't want to do it because like why?
Go to 1.5. Holy shit,
buddy! I'm almost ready for 2.
For the love of God, you go to 2.
Encounter me in that particular way. I just don't care if they do. It doesn't bother me. Those are vastly different
he's
things.
draining
But I do
me.
think that means that there's some level.
Not in that. That's I shouldn't have said it like that. That's
in the OF segment, buddy. not in the OF segment, buddy.
I mean, draining my energy. Like
we're never beating the allegations, are we? You can't out-gay the casino, folks.
They put the Nick Fuente sticker of him going, oh.
I discovered that I'm just comfortable in that environment. That's all. But it's not something I want to do. I don't seek out places
it's
to go
bad
do
when
that
people are asking what the DSP do. It's like, listen, if Phil is the preferred option, oh man.
Even the people who hate Phil are like, all right, you know what? You sold me on Phil tonight. What do you got?
What do you got? Phil lies.
We want merch, they're saying?
Yeah,
whoa.
Whoa, buddy. I gotta pull out the bell for
Time for the I Hypocrite segment, like
you guys should find out if you care too, because it's an interesting thing when you don't. It changes your life a little bit.
Christ hung out with tax collectors and prostitutes. He also threw awesome parties.
True.
So a Christian gets a bit carried away at times.
Oh, stop.
As Jesus said, only God is good.
Comparing himself to Jesus again.
Look at him here.
He's doing it again. He thinks that he's Jesus. He's doing it again.
See, Ash?
Can they leave Jesus alone? Leave Jesus alone.
Just be an atheist show, Rekieta.
There you go. Exactly. That's what I was saying.
What the
Same thing.
Man.
Okay.
Did Jesus his neighbor's wife, buddy?
Was
Jesus
GSP?
Let's quickly. We have this short
Last
one, and then
one,
we'll do the charges. We'll save the rest of Rekieta for
Monday.
Yeah. Okay.
They're fucking perfect. Look at this.
He's on drugs.
Whoa.
He's high. He's lost it.
He's become the Joker.
He's Joker maxed it.
More like
Okay.
the joke.
Oh, and by the way, guys, Rekieta is facing a misdemeanor charge right now for not registering his vehicle for over a year. In theory, this could lead to him being thrown in prison for years. In practice, it's probably not.
No.
But can you imagine if they just threw his ass in prison forever over that shit?
That would
I would die laughing, bro. All right,